we're going to take these prawns and slice them in half like this way, clean out the insides, and then we're going to stuff them and then roast them in the oven.
All right, and you leave the heads on.
Leave the head on for a nice flavor. It really brings out much really
of the
fresh,
flavor.
fresh flavor of the shrimp.
They're beauties. All right, so now what are we going to do for the stuffing?
We're going to have a hearty breadcrumb like a brioche. We're going to sweat down some pancetta.
Okay.
And some leeks and onions. And if you had some celery, you could sweat it with the oil.
Okay. I got the memo, so I remember you said you wanted some pancetta. So here it is. And we know this is Italian bacon. And here it is. You've got it already cooked, right? So we just cooked it in a little bit of olive oil. And this is going to help with the flavor. So now in this pan, you've got your leeks.
The leeks and the onions.
And the onions. So now can we add this back?
Sure.
Okay, so we're going to put this in, and then what happens next?
So we have to heat that up. We have some other spices. We have oregano, and we have the chives.
Okay.
And I think we have parsley.
All right, why don't you get that?
Okay.
And I'll move this around for you. This is going to make a really interesting stuffing. Now, how'd you come up with this recipe?
One of the chefs that I sell to makes it and taught me how. Chef Chris Janian.
Okay. Well, this sounds very unique. So I'm going to give it a little pepper and some salt. Okay, there are our spices, or our herbs rather. And we need bread?
Yep, we have some breadcrumbs right here.
Okay. Any particular kind of bread you want to use?
The recipe calls for a brioche, but you can have anything that you like. There's something that's going to hold up for a stuffing.
Okay, so you've got bread, you've got some parsley, some oregano, what else? Basil?
Chives.
Chives.
And then you have a little, it can call for chili pepper or a little roasted red pepper and garlic.
Okay. All right, so do we put this is in next? Do these go in next? What goes in next?
The breadcrumbs.
The breadcrumbs, okay. So why don't you move those breadcrumbs around?
Okay.
And we want
Get the oil from the...
A little oil.
From the pan.
Okay, there's a little oil. That's going to make a lot of stuffing. So
Yeah,
there's a little
extra.
oil. A little extra? More? Okay.
No, we have a little extra stuffing, I
Okay,
think.
here, we have a little extra stuffing.
There we go.
Need a little bit more oil there.
All
right, so now we have that, and you want some garlic, right?
Oh, yeah.
Oof, how about just a tinge?
Sounds good.
We don't want to overpower the fish with garlic.
Yep.
And a little bit of hot red pepper paste.
Yep, just a little bit.
Just a little heat, and I mean, this stuff is really potent. So that's enough, really, to give that some flavor. And then you want your herbs. So you've got your chives and your oregano. And you called this dish, what do you call it?
This was a roasted prawn oreganata.
A roasted prawn oreganata?
There we go.
Because it has oregano in it, I'm assuming, right?
Correct.
Wow, that's looking great.
And then it's served with petite greens with a lemon vinaigrette.
Okay, so we need to let that really get brown or just mix together?
Yeah, because it's going to roast too, so it's
Okay.
going to, you just want to have it so it can stick together, because we're going to add, we still have to add a binding agent.
Okay, so what are we going to add to that?
We're going to add 2 whipped eggs, or,
Okay, 2
scrambled
whipped eggs, which we have here. We're going to have to put this into a bowl, right?
Correct.
It's got a nice color.
Very nice.
So why don't we transfer it to a bowl, because we have to let this cool down.
All right, here you go.
Before we can use it for our stuffing for those prawns. Wow, that looks good. It smells fragrant too.
Very good.
Let's mix in this egg. So that's going to be our binding agent. That's going to help those crumbs stay exactly where we want them, right?
Yep, keep it together.
Okay. And I know you said raw egg, but you know what? I like to use just a soft-boiled egg.
There you go.
That way, no problems. So that goes in. And a little shallot, you said?
Yep.
So a little shallot. We don't need a lot because we don't want to overpower that. All right, why don't you zip that up?
All right.
Get the shallot really fine. I'm going to add some olive oil right through that feed tube. And we may have to wipe down the side of the bowl there. That's about a half a cup, don't you think?
Sounds good.
Okay. Now let's add some, you said a Meyer lemon, but sometimes they're hard to get. So a Meyer lemon is just a cross between an orange and lemon. So I combined orange and lemon juice.
Beautiful.
In the kitchen, you have to be creative. So a little lemon and orange juice. And what did I forget? What did I forget? Oh, a tad. You said champagne vinegar, but just a little too expensive, so I'm just using this. Okay.
What do you have in the cupboard, right?
Let's see. Smells good, huh?
Very nice.
So let's see what we have here. Ooh, ooh, that looks good. I think we can take that out into a bowl. And we have a beautiful, what do you think? Nice mayonnaise.
Beautiful.
Nice sauce. Whoops, whoop, we don't want that. A nice sauce for that shrimp. I should have hung on to that
I was just
blade.
going to compliment you on that.
There. Okay, now that we have that, we can set that aside. That you could actually do ahead of time and put it, you know, do this maybe an hour ahead of time so you have it ready. So because our egg was cooked, we have no problem there with any kind of bacteria. So we're going to move this out of the way. And now we need the pan for this. So you said roasting.
Correct.
So we're going to roast this at what temperature?
375 for about 25 to 30 minutes till it becomes like 165 internal temperature.
All right, so why don't you show us how that goes? Starting with some of the shrimp. So now if you were using these, how would you stuff these?
You could slice them underneath on the swimmerettes there and have it like a traditional stuffed shrimp.
And then just stuff them.
Yeah.
Because this is probably the way you're going to get them here. You're not going to get them with the heads on. Americans are a little skittish about that kind of thing, but you know, in Italy, when you're served any kind of fish, you're always served the entire fish, head on and tail. And I remember my mother saving all these parts to make fish stock. You know,
right.
When you were done eating this, all of these shells and everything went into a soup pot with onions and carrot, a little wine.
Right. Well, when we sell the product like lobsters and shrimp to the restaurants, that's what they'll do is make the stock for the bisques or the chowders.
Yeah. All right, so there's our last one. And here is our mixture. So you want this in the base, right?
Correct.
So this just goes in the base. And as this cooks, we're going to baste these, aren't we?
Sure.
Yeah, okay.